Whoa, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive. But guys, week 4 of WBE. The Minnesota Vikavolts are taking on the Mewcastle United and my good friend Sam, or Fufu. Sam is an awesome battler, and I remember actually watching Sam way back in the day before I even did battles myself and just shiny hunting in general. So I've been watching Sam for probably about 6 or 7 years now on YouTube, and I'm really glad that he's in the WBE. Now, he's actually the #1 team in the league, or tied for the #1 team in the league, and we are actually dead last, which is not somewhere I saw myself being 3 weeks into the season. To be honest, this season has been incredibly rocky, and actually, it's definitely the worst start I've ever had to any draft league season. This format is very different. I'm playing like trash, so we're not going to make excuses. All going to fall on me, but just crazy stuff, man. But I do have a question today for you guys. I'm actually in the works of doing another Ultrasonic Moon draft league, and I'm curious, which do you prefer? More Ultrasonic Moon or Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee? Obviously, Ultrasonic Moon kind of involves a lot more preparation with EVs and items and different sets and stuff like that. And in this format, it's very cut and dry. So you kind of have to bring the same 4, 5, 6 Pokemon every week because there's not really a ton of options. So it makes things very difficult, and this matchup is incredibly difficult because he has the best Mega that's available in the format. You could argue either this or Mega Gyarados, which we faced last week, but he's got Mega Aerodactyl, and Mega Aerodactyl is so strong because it is so fast, and there's nothing that I can do to outspeed it. I can't use Choice Scarfs, I can't do anything. I simply just get outsped by Mega Aerodactyl. So we'll talk about his team, talk about my team, what I'm bringing, why I'm bringing it, and then we'll jump into the battle. So hope you guys are sticking with me. I know it's been a rough start, but I'm going to keep pushing through. I'm not going to, stress out too much. It's supposed to be a fun league, and if I'm losing, then I'm losing, man. I got to just learn from my losses and try to bounce back and hopefully pick up some wins. I will tell you guys, we are actually just 1 win away from being in the playoff race, and like at the end of the day, that's not bad. There's 4 teams that are 0-3, so it's like almost half the league hasn't won yet. So I mean, it's been pretty wild. So hopefully we can pick up our first win here, and we'll be right back on track. But anyway, let's talk about his team. He's got Mega Aerodactyl, as I mentioned, just a huge threat because of its incredible speed stat, pretty good offensively as well, and it's very difficult to switch into the combination of Earthquake, Rock Slide, and Wing Attack. In fact, I can't on my entire team. He's got a Nidoking, which is in some ways better than Nidoqueen. Obviously, Nidoqueen's a little bit bulkier. Fun fact, Nidoqueen versus Nidoking, if I lead my Queen, I can actually have like a 65% chance to one-shot him with Earthquake, whereas he has only like a 6% chance to one-shot me with Earthquake, which is pretty cool. Poliwrath, just a bulky kind of water fighting type. Does get superpower in this game now. He's got Venusaur, which of course is a bulky grass and poison type. Does get a couple cool moves, including Earthquake, which is a little annoying. Snorlax is really the biggest thing in the way of my ALAKAZAM, so he's got just such a huge specially defensive threat in Snorlax. He's got his own kind of ALAKAZAM mini-me, which is the Kadabra, which has 105 speed, which speed ties my Pinsir. He's got a really good team, man. Electabuzz, of course, which is more seen physically offensive in this format, just because its special moves are a little bit lacking and doesn't have Volt Switch. Kabutops, his 3rd Stealth Rocker behind Aerodactyl and Nidoking. Kabutops, of course, is a pretty hard-hitting rock and water type. Articuno really hates those Stealth Rocks, so if he brings that, we're going to try to take advantage of that. But it's a bulky ice and flying type. And then Seadra is just a pure water type Pokemon that's got some interesting coverage, but nothing too crazy there. So let's talk about what we're going to bring and why we're going to bring it and everything like that. So let's jump into our team here. You can see the 6 I'm bringing and what I'm expecting him to bring. So I've got my my Vaporeon here, which actually I think is very possibly going to be my lead. So I'm gonna do this and just move it over there because I'm just going to be superstitious about it. But let's kick things off with Thanos here. Pretty much the same set I've been bringing every single week, except this week there's no Swords Dance. We're bringing Superpower instead, and the reason for that is because after Stealth Rocks, I can knock out his Snorlax with Superpower, which is really nice, and I really don't see an opportunity for us to Swords Dance. I really need to use my Pinsir effectively in this game, and it's something I haven't done all season. I've been trying to save Pinsir for the end, and then it just gets one-shot because I'm in a bad situation. I really need to get my Pinsir in early and just have it do some damage. It's my best Pokemon on my team. I need to have it put in some work. I've got Nidoqueen here, bringing an Adamant Nature this week, again for the same reason I just mentioned, the fact that I can actually take out that Nidoking with Earthquake. We've got Earthquake, Stealth Rock, Thunder Punch, and Super Fang. Same, kind of evaluating the team this season. Nidoqueen, I've done a really bad job of preserving it. I just let it kind of go down, and this format is so weird because your Pokemon just die so fast, dude. You just die so fast, but that's going to be our Nidoqueen. We've got Cloyster here, which is Naive Nature this time, so that's going to boost our speed and lower our special defense. The beauty is after a Shell Smash, I can outspeed his Aerodactyl, so that's huge. The problem is he's got a few things that kind of get in the way of my Cloyster. The Snorlax and the Poliwrath. Both of those kind of stop the Cloyster in its tracks. Everything else I can actually destroy. I've got Self-Destruct, which can help me eliminate eliminate some threats there, but ultimately, like, this thing is a really good Pokemon. If I can set up that Shell Smash, which I should be able to do, it's just I have to find that window of opportunity to do just that, and then I also have to try to eliminate the other two Pokemon. I'm sure he's going to be smart and keep his Poliwrath or his Snorlax safe, so I have to pressure those Pokemon. We've got ALAKAZAM here, Sabrina, our modest nature ALAKAZAM. Didn't need Timid because I'm just basically going to outspeed things like the, you know, Electabuzz and Kadabra. I'm actually bringing a funny set this week, Psychic, Calm Mind, Barrier, and Recover. So Barrier is going to boost my defense stat by 2 stages, so I can take those physical attacks a little bit better. I've also got Calm Mind there to boost our special attack and our special defense, and then Recover for longevity, and then Psychic. So hopefully this thing can just win with Psychics and things like that, but obviously he's got that Snorlax, which doesn't really take a lot of damage from it, so I have to figure out ways to beat that Snorlax, which is going to be, in my opinion, the Snorlax and the Aerodactyl are the 2 biggest threats. And then again, we're back to Vaporeon here, which is a modest nature, Scald, Toxic, Ice Beam, and Acid Armor, which is going to do the same thing, boost our physical defense stat, hopefully allow me to take a couple extra hits against things like the Aerodactyl perhaps, and put on a little bit of pressure, because if I get some clutch burns, I think Vaporeon actually could be pretty good in this match. And then Magneton is our last Pokemon, and it's kind of got a weird matchup because he's got a lot of things that just beat it in general, like he can run Earthquake on Venusaur and stuff like that. But I do have Thunder Wave, Thunderbolt, Teleport, and Flash Cannon. Again, I know that Magneton is kind of a weird matchup, but there really wasn't anything that I felt was better in this game. You could maybe argue Alolan Executor could have been good, but hopefully I could put some pressure on with Magneton there. So that's going to be our squad. I've got my 6 Pokemon lined up. I got to try to keep Rocks off the field, but get him up myself, and that's going to be very difficult with him having Kabutops, Nidoking, and Aerodactyl, all of which beat my Nidoqueen one-on-one, and you know, a couple of them can actually taunt my Nidoqueen, so we're gonna have to really keep that in mind and try to make some good plays there. I may lead Vaporeon, I may lead Nidoqueen, we'll have to find out what he's gonna bring, but let me get into the match. Hopefully we can break this losing streak, man, and pick up a W against one of the best teams in the league. If we do that, I think we'll actually be in pretty good shape and we'll get some momentum moving forward. If we don't do that, well, I'm gonna be pretty bummed, but let's just jump into it and see what happens, and I hope you guys enjoy. I'll see you guys in a minute. Alright guys, we are connected. Let's see which 6 he's gonna bring. I was pretty much expecting everything there. I figured the Electabuzz is kind of a wild card on the last slot, which is pretty much this format in general. I feel like it's like you bring the same 5 or whatever, but then that last one changes. But he's got Kabutops, let's see here, Poliwrath, Venusaur, Nidoking. Okay, so everything is there. I've always appreciated Sam's ability to pick cool nicknames, so that's a thing. In terms of lead options for me, he's got 3 Stealth Rockers, Aerodactyl, Nidoking, and Kabutops, all of which are pretty good against my team. Now, obviously, I can lead with my Vaporeon, which can put me in a decent spot. Vaporeon is one of the few things that kind of deals with his Aerodactyl, though, which is a little tricky for me to do. So do I want to lead with that? I also have the option of leading with my Nidoqueen, but if he leads Kabutops, that's pretty bad. So I'm going to lead with my Vaporeon here, and as much as that stinks that I won't be able to get up Stealth Rocks, they're actually only good against the Aerodactyl. So I'm going to lead with my Vaporeon. That was kind of what I was thinking anyway. So he seems to have a really good idea of what he's going to lead. And it's probably going to be a Stealth Rocker, I would guess, because he knows that Stealth Rocks are going to be really valuable against me with Pinsir and Cloyster, 2 of my biggest threats essentially being weak to Stealth Rocks. So we'll see what he's going to lead with. He's got his Eevee named Dish Rag, which is really funny. He's going to lead with Veggie Trouble. So he's going to lead with Venusaur. So he like straight hard predicts the fact that I was going to lead Vaporeon, and there's not a whole lot I can do about that. So I have to make a move here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm expecting obviously some sort of a grass type move. So I can go into Thanos here. I'm just going to make a straight play into Thanos. I said earlier to you guys, I haven't done a good job of getting my Pinsir into battle in this format, and I really just need to get my Pinsir in. So I'm just going to go into Pinsir here. I resist the grass type move. I resist the ground type move. If he wants to leech seed me or sleep powder, it is what it is. But I need to be aggressive with my Pinsir here, so we're going to just get it in. He's going to go for Mega Drain, and this turns out to be a pretty good play for me. I'm going to take about 15-20%, and we're not in the worst shape in the world. Now, obviously, I don't want to take a hit from him, but I can at the very least Mega Evolve, and then I can try to make a prediction here. X-Scissor is my best play to just whack this thing. I could also make a prediction, go for like a Rock Slide, try to catch a switch. He could go into like a Nidoqueen or a Nidoking here. He's got a lot of different things that he could potentially switch in, so it's kind of tough for me to decide what he's going to switch in. I think I'm going to make a prediction that he's going to go into his Aerodactyl, and I'm going to go for a Rock Slide here. So that's going to be me making a big boy play. I think he ends up staying in, so X-Scissor was the better play there, but it's all good. Let me make a note that he's got Mega Drain. This Venusaur obviously could have something for me, but I also may get a flinch here, which could be really useful. So let's see if I can get a flinch. That would be really nice if I could just snag that flinch at the beginning of the game here. I do get a flinch, which is pretty nice, and he's seen that. So now I have 2 options here. I could just continue to Rock Slide, try to flinch him again. I can Earthquake, predicting a potential Nidoking. I can also just go for the X-Scissor for damage. I'm gonna just go for the X Scissor for damage. If he goes Aerodactyl, then he goes Aerodactyl. I've already made that prediction once. I got the flinch, which was nice. I needed that. That really helps me out. I don't know what else this Venusaur is gonna have. He's gonna stay in here. I don't think X Scissor kills, but it should do a lot of damage. Does a lot of damage, and he goes for the sleep powder, and he actually connects it. So that's a bit annoying to me that he gets his sleep powder, but it is what it is. I have to decide whether I want to stay in or whether I want to, you know, burn the sleep. I think I'm going to burn the sleep, so I'm going to go for the Earthquake here. This obviously gives him a potential free switch, but I've weakened his Venusaur down quite a bit now, which is nice. And he's actually just going to stay in, so we'll see what he's going to do. But he's sitting at about 20%. He's going to go for the Sludge Bomb, which I figured he'd have, and that goes from 110 down to 47. I think I got to just hope I wake up. So I'm going to go for the X's here. We're going to hope we wake up, because I really don't see any reason to keep this thing around otherwise. So let's just hope we wake up. Now we do. Sweet. So Pinsir gets a kill there. Pinsir kills Venusaur with X Scissor. Now, obviously, I'm in a weird situation because he can easily revenge kill me with his Aerodactyl right now. He can also set up Stealth Rocks with his Aerodactyl right now. So do I allow him? Yeah, here comes Terrence. Do I allow him to just knock me out, or do I switch predicting the Aerodactyl to do something else? Like, he either Rock Slides or Stealth Rocks, right? And if he Stealth Rocks, then I lose my Thanos. But I kind of need my Thanos, but if he gets Stealth Rocks up, I have no way to beat the, whatchamacallit. I feel like his play here is simply to Rock Slide. He really has not much of a risk on Rock Sliding here. So I'm going to go Nidoqueen, I think, on the Rock Slide. I think I just have to. He has no downside to just clicking. I think he just Rock Slides to play safe. But he could Stealth Rock, in which case he makes a really good play if he Stealth Rocks here. But I may just lose my Pinsir on entry anyway, which kind of stinks. So that Sleep Powder was, you know, that was the thing. But let's see what he goes for here. He goes for the Rock Slide. So we make the right play by going into Nidoqueen. That's good. Shouldn't do too much. And I should be able to live. Let's see here. Rock Slide. Now he can do a couple things. He can taunt. He can go for his own Stealth Rocks here. One of the two. I can Thunder Punch and get big damage off. I can also go for a Super Fang and just weaken him down to half, which isn't a bad idea. Super Fang is a 90% accurate move, so I can weaken him with that. That's kind of a good middle ground play. So I'm going to go for the Super Fang and just hit him for 50% here. He's going to straight switch. Fine by me. And he is going to go into Sick Lining, which is going to be his Kabutops. So that actually works out because I'm going to get a Super Fang up. I'm going to hit the Kabutops down to half health. Had I Thunder Punch, that would have been very nice. But he's in a situation where he can set up his Stealth Rocks now, which is kind of frustrating. I don't want him to get up those Stealth Rocks. I'm going to go into my Thanos here. In the off chance that he does set up his Stealth Rocks, then at the very least, I get my Pinsir in. He could have Aqua Jet, but this is a risk I'm willing to take. So I'm going to go into Thanos here and see what this Kabutops is going to do. If he goes for the Waterfall, then he'll just knock me out anyway. He goes for Stealth Rocks. Okay. So I could have knocked him out. I probably should have knocked him out because if he has Aqua Jet, I think he kills me. So that was like a hasty play there that I kind of misplayed. But that's okay. We're going to go for the Superpower, I think, which is a good middle ground play to just hit something really hard here. He doesn't have Aqua Jet, so Pinsir's going to get a second kill, which is nice. So Pinsir kills Kabutops with Superpower. Okay, good. So, my better play would have been to Thunder Punch the Kabutops with the Nidoqueen, because I would have knocked it out, and I would have basically been in a situation where I didn't have to bring my Pinsir in, but Pinsir's going to die either way, right? Like, it was going to die to Stealth Rock. So, here comes Terrence, which is the Aerodactyl. Same kind of situation here. And I am going to simply Rock Slide. He can just knock me out with whatever. I can't switch out. He goes for Wing Attack, so that's fine. So Arrow kills Pinsir with Wing Attack. Okay, so we've seen 2 attacks from this thing. Leads me to believe he does have, whatchamacallit. Okay, so let me think here. I could bring in Pearl Jam and I can set up, but he still has that Poliwrath, so I'm kind of in a tough situation there. I can also go into my Oxygen, and I can just go for a Scald, which could potentially do a lot of damage to this thing. I can go into my Nidoqueen, and I can go for another one of those nice little Super Fangs or something like that, but I think I go Oxygen here, because it's my best way to deal with the Aerodactyl. So I can Revenge Kill that Poliwrath and start pressuring him with Psychic, so I'm actually not in the worst situation there. But let's go Oxygen here, and his switch into either Snorlax or Poliwrath is pretty obvious, so I'm actually going to go for the Acid Armor, I think. Yeah, he's not going to go Nidoking. I'm going to go for the Acid Armor. He's going to switch. Okay. And he goes into Ombre, which is Lax. I get up an Acid Armor, which is pretty sick, so it's going to boost my defense up. allow me to take some hits, and I can start toxicing some things. Or I can start scalding. I think toxic is probably the best bet for the Snorlax. So let's go for toxic. Start to whittle that thing down, which is the biggest thing in the way of my my ALAKAZAM. So I have to figure out, can I still beat? He's gonna Facade. Ooh, so he was prepared. He was prepared. Luckily, I do have the boost there. It's a good prep on the Facade. Okay, so he's got Facade. I think I'm better off just acid armoring here to allow me to live another hit instead of doing damage with Skull, because I think the extra toxic turns are going to be better. I wish I had Protect, but I don't. So I'll acid armor again, which will allow me to take another Facade. So I'm going to go from what? Let's see here. 102 down to 57. So I should be able to live 2 more, which gives me 2 more poison turns. So now we're going to fire off a Scald. And that's good. But we're going to weaken this thing down quite a bit and put ourselves in a decent situation here. He's going to Facade again, but again, I can live another one. Okay, good. And he's going to take another turn of Toxic. And we've effectively weakened this thing down quite a bit. So I'm going to go for another Scald here. I assume he switches. No, he's going to stay in. Yeah, I assume he stays in, and a nice little crit there. That's actually going to work out really well. Snorlax kills Vape with Facade. And Snorlax dies to Vape Poison. Okay, cool. So that's not a terrible situation. I am in a spot now, though, where, like, that Nidoking is a problem. Okay, so he's got Poliwrath, Nidoking, and Aerodactyl. I think I'm going to go into Magneto, which is my least useful member of the team, and just sack it off. That way I gain whatever momentum I need, because it's bad against all 3 things. I don't think Magneton's doing anything for me in this match. So I'm going to go Magneton here. He's going to go into Terrence. That's fine. This gives me an opportunity to go into my Cloyster now. And Cloyster can set up a Shell Smash or just Hydro Pump. So I'm going to go for T-Wave on the off chance that he doesn't just knock me out here, but he's just going to Earthquake. That's fine. Alright, so Arrow kills Magnet with EQ. Okay, that's fine. Alright, so now we're going to go Cloyster here. And I have to make a decision. Do I Shell Smash, predicting a taunt? I mean, Cersei can also take a hit and pressure him, but the problem is I'm not going to be able to beat him with Cersei. Cersei coming in and going for Super Fang does 50%. I think I just go Pearl Jam here. Because Pearl Jam can 100% Shell Smash. And if I get the Shell Smash up, I can at least pressure the Poliwrath. Is there any way that I win this game? I think I have to double into Sabrina here. I'm going to make a bold play that he's going to go into his Poliwrath right now. And I'm going to go into my Sabrina. Okay, cool. Okay. Now, our play is kind of crazy. I think I go for Barrier. Here. It's kind of tough. It's like I can Psychic and just knock him out, but I think I go for Barrier. I hope I don't regret this play, man. We put ourselves in a decent situation. He's going to switch out into what? Into King. So he's going to sack off his King here, essentially. But I'm going to get a Barrier up. It's going to boost my defenses. Alright. His best way to hit me is Earthquake. I believe a Psychic kills, so I'm going to go for Psychic. Right? Do I Psychic? Is there any reason why I wouldn't Psychic here? Psychic should kill him. I could also Calm Mind or Barrier again. I think I want a Psychic. Oof. I don't know the calc on this. I'm modest. I'm going to trust that it kills. I'm a modest ALAKAZAM against a Nidoking. Yes. Okay. Okay, so basically I have to beat Aerodactyl now. Which unfortunately I don't have Stealth Rocks up, so that's a little tricky. And he has what left? He has the Poliwrath left. So I'm gonna go for Psychic here and just hit him pretty hard. He's gonna Rock Slide, he's gonna go for the flinch. 114 down to 57. Psychic's off. I can't live another one, but I have to switch here. I got good damage off on him, okay. Now I believe I sack off Pearl Jam. I'm gonna sack off Pearl Jam here. Okay. Alright. Sack off the Pearl Jam. I don't need it. He's gonna Rock Slide again, which I could have went Nidoking, or Queen, but that's okay. He knocks me out. Arrow kills Cloyster with Rock Slide. Okay. I'm gonna go Cersei now, which I believe can take an Earthquake. And we're gonna Thunder Punch. Oof, it's gonna be intense. It's gonna come down to the wire, man. At least we had a closer game this time. Alright, we're gonna Thunder Punch this time. He can Earthquake me. He does have obviously a way to win, but it comes down to, is Queen gonna be faster than Poliwrath? I'm just gonna see what Poliwrath's speed is because I don't actually know. Yeah, I think it depends on his spread, but he's gonna go Poliwrath. I'm adamant, so he may be faster, we may be faster, I don't know. It really comes down to that. So we're gonna Thunder Punch here, which doesn't even do enough, dude. That doesn't even do enough. That's crazy. What's my play then in that case? Because he's gonna knock me out. That's kind of tricky. Oh, no, I don't want to run. That's totally an accident. Would you like to give up on this battle and quit now? No. No, I don't want to do that. My bad. Alright, so I need to get a Thunder Punch Paralysis, I think. He made the right play there by switching. I need a Thunder Punch Paralysis, I think. Because I think he knocks me out with Waterfall. Para. Oh! Get fully paralyzed! Get fully paralyzed! Get fully paralyzed! No! I think he knocks me out with this. Oh, we lived! We lived. Okay. I don't know if that's going to matter, though, because I'm not going to be at enough health to be able to take down the... Yeah, it's not going to matter. It's going to come down to a 1-0. He's going to win still. Ah, dude. Queen kills Polly with T-Punch. Dude, close game, though, man. Hey, you know what? We were close. I needed to get Stealth Rocks up. I needed to get Stealth Rocks up to win this one, and I didn't do that. And it's going to bite me in the butt because this Pterodactyl here is going to just wreck my soul. 2 Stealth Rock switch-ins would have had him. He just has to Earthquake me here. He's going to knock me out with anything. I'm really surprised at how bulky that Poliwrath was. But he's going to Earthquake and knock me out. And then all he has to do is just attack the... kills Queen with EQ. And then Arrow kills Sam with... whatever, it doesn't matter. Yeah, good game, dude. I mean, I think we played better. You know what I mean? Like, we played better. I can't be upset about that one. That was like a close game, so I'm not mad at all. I'm glad that like I played much better. ALAKAZAM almost did it, almost pulled it through. Maybe I misplayed. Maybe I should have went for a Calm Mind, and I would have been able to live some hits a little bit better. But yeah, he's gonna Earthquake, and that should knock us out. There's no way we're living that. So good games to Sam. We're gonna lose 1-0. And we're gonna try to bounce back next week, man. We're gonna get a win eventually, guys. Who do I play next week? Is there let's see here, week 5 I play against the Cubchus, and the Cubchus, let's see, can I see what the Cubchus are? The Cubchus haven't won yet either, as far as I know. So yeah, we'll try to bounce back next week. But hey, you know what, I can't be mad about a loss, dude. That was a really good game, dude. That was a really good game. I think, you know, when I was up against the Nidoking, I didn't know it's set, man. I probably could have went for a second barrier, and maybe if I got a second barrier up, I might have just won the game right there, because I did have recover, so maybe I misplayed that pretty hard. If I had gotten that second barrier up, I might have been able to stall him out, but I was just so worried about that King and like him being able to do something crazy against me, and just how much power it would have done. I should have went for a second barrier in hindsight, and I think I would have won the game. But either way, it's all good, dude. Congrats again to Sam for the win, and I hope you guys enjoyed this one. It was a good one, man. It was a doozy. So I'll catch you guys next week, man. We'll try to bounce back, dude. I'm gonna win eventually, guys. I will win eventually. So I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.